For an episode that was really just about one conversation, I have a lot of thoughts. So I'm going to break it down into 5 global discussion points. The first is, I thought this whole thing was fake. It didn't feel like these are the real conversations that were happening. I think that the Brown family was asked by TLC to go back and record these conversations. It just didn't feel real to me. The level of vitriol wasn't there, especially the conversation between at the start of the episode between Kody and Robyn, which is a surprise, by the way, because I think Robyn's the actress of the group, and it seemed like terrible acting to me. The second point is, I thought that I was watching the show and I was trying to figure out, why does Robyn drive me nuts? And what I think it is, I think she has zero sincerity. I don't think she cares at all about Christine. I don't think that she's motivated for Kody to go back with her. I think instead of being upset about the separation, I think she loves it. I think she loves the fact that she's the sister wife that is getting all of the praise from Kody right now. And I think she has no motivation to make anything better. And I said this the last season, Robyn can say till she's blue in the face that she wants Kody to have a better relationship, but until she gets off her butt and goes and supports her sister wives, I don't buy it. So that's point 2. Point 3 is all about Kody, and this is a big point. I guess here's what I'll say is, 1, Kody never takes account across the entire episode. Kody never once takes any kind of accountability about anything. Right? The whole episode, he is, in my opinion, gaslighting Christine. He's saying, look, we had a bad relationship because you were a bad sister wife. And because you're a bad sister wife, I can't possibly be attracted to you. Otherwise, I would have been attracted to you, but you're in control of it. Right? Your behavior is responsible for the corruption of our marriage. And then as he keeps talking, it turns out that he was never attracted to her before they even got married. And he only valued her. Her place in the relationship only existed when she was A, having kids, or B, taking care of the other wives' kids. That was her role. She was the basement wife, as I said last season. So he was, I thought, exceptionally dismissive of her. I thought he gaslit her. I think he lacks all sensitivity. I mean, even when he's talking about Janelle getting COVID, his kids getting COVID, he's not saying, I'm worried about my family. He's saying, this is really hard for me because I don't know what's going to happen. Everything's up in the air. My wife wants to leave me. My other wife is sick. And woe is me, the man of the household. He also was, to me, very clearly not motivated to resolve the relationship. He's upset that Christine wants to leave him, but he's not saying, what can I do to make it better? What he's saying is, don't leave me. I don't want to lose control of you. I don't want you to have freedom. He's just trying to restrict somebody else and save face. He's not motivated. He's not sad. He's not losing a connection to someone he cares about. He's just losing control. And that's what I think it's about. And the fourth point I wanted to make is about Christine, who I was incredibly impressed with. I really think the more I watch these episodes, the more I think that she's been emotionally abused. The idea that you get into a relationship with a man who is not attracted to you because he thinks he should get into the relationship with you would be a devastating blow. And I can't imagine what it would be like to go throughout the entire marriage of whatever it was, 25 years, and never really be loved, never really be cared for. And the fact that Kody thinks that that's okay because there are other people, like his other wife, Janelle, who's comfortable not having an intimate marriage, is beyond me. And so I'm proud of Christine for standing up for what she believes, for thinking for herself, and creating this. I mean, there's a lot for her to lose by stepping out of this family, both financially and all of her relationships are tied into this family. So the fact that she's willing to make that sacrifice to advocate for herself, I'm genuinely impressed with. Oh, and I wanted to point out the inequity that was shown between Robyn and Christine here. In this episode, we learned that one of the biggest fights between Kody and Christine was when she was pregnant and still having to work and asked Kody to tuck in her kids. And Kody said, I can't do it. I've got obligations with the other wives, right? No willingness to give Christine any support. And yet she was expected to take care of her kids and the other wives' children. And now he's mad at her for not supporting Robyn. And it just makes me wonder, has Robyn helped out Christine? Christine still has young kids. Has Robyn made any effort to support her? Does it go both ways, or is Christine just expected to sit in the basement and take care of the entire family's kids without a peep, and without feeling any love or affection? It's just a nightmare scenario. Now, I must say there is one thing that I think I agree with Kody on. I maybe agree with Kody on. In the episode, they decide they're going to get divorced, and then Kody goes, so what happens now? What are you going to do? And Christine says, I'm going to go back to Utah, and I'm taking my kids. And Kody goes, you can't take the kids. And my initial thought was, I think Kody's right. Like, I don't like the idea of parents getting divorced and not thinking about what's best for the kids. But the flaw in my thinking is I am assuming that what's best for the kids is that the parents stay close together. I know that in not every relationship is that true. There are relationships where one parent is abusive and it's helpful for the kid to get as far away as possible. I don't know enough about the relationship between Kody and his children. Genuinely, I just don't know to be able to weigh in on that. But I can tell you that whenever there's a divorce, I do believe strongly that the parents have an obligation to their children to create as healthy an environment as is possible for them, whatever that means. That may mean that they stay close together and they co-parent, or it may mean that one party takes the kids and leaves. It was a wild episode. I cannot wait for number 2. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, and I should say, I have another channel, I'll link it here, which is less about pop culture and more about psychology in general. I've got some podcast episodes up there. I talk about coaching, therapy, that kind of stuff. If you're interested, check it out. Thank you so much for listening.